lot, so I don't want to give you a chance to debate. So, is there a certain topic you disagree with?
Sorry, my connection was a bit shit there for a minute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you now. I've got a hard time believing that men are inherently aggressive. I think we were. You look at our previous history. Look at our previous history, and the reason that we've had to be aggressive is because of the situations that we've been put in. Granted, it's because of other men, but we are more caretakers and caregivers than anything else.
So that would indicate that men are more aggressive and more emotional than women. You actually look at it, right?
It would indicate, to me, it would mean that we're more willing to go to violence to put it as a means to an end.
Okay, and is violence an emotional reaction or an emotional action to do?
To me, so I mean, me personally, I mean, I've done 12 years of mixed martial arts. I've done a lot of about 3 years of military training. For me personally, I would never go to that extent for any emotional response. I mean, I know some people are more for violence than others, but I don't know. I've got a hard time believing that we are that inherently violent.
Okay, but in my comparison, I'd say compared to women, men are inherently more violent. If you look at the prison statistics, it reflects a lot more. Men are 20 times more violent than women. And that's basically due to emotional reactions and emotional actions that are made on anger and also other terrible emotions. And that's exactly why I say women are stronger emotionally and stronger at controlling their emotions. That's a fact.
Okay, actually, yeah, sorry, I did miss that part. I've only just joined the stream, so no, yeah, I will agree with you on that one.
Okay, yeah, so that's one of the points which I'd say. I've got some others, but is there anything else from the debate? Because you gave 1,000, absolutely will value your to come on, and I'll probably carry on. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think there is, to be honest. No, I just, yeah, I don't think that men are as violent as the world makes us out to be. I think we would rather go towards peace if that's the opportunity or the choice is presented. But
Okay, I guess that's your opinion, but yeah, again, that's nice and all, but yeah, anyway, that's just your opinion, and I guess I disagree, but yeah, I appreciate you donating and gifting. It really does help support the streams, and so I do appreciate you coming on.
No worries, man. I'm sorry that it wasn't as much of a debate as you wanted, but I appreciate the stream.
It's fine.
I'll drop you a follow as well, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Let's move into the next person. Everyone, double tap the screen. Do double tap the screen. If you do want to debate, press the guest request below. Make sure you're 18 years old and above, and make sure you disagree with any of the 3 prompts here. Also, feel free to check out my YouTube for the rest of for other debates as well, and go and follow the other account in my bio. Let's get some people in here. Double tap the screen, everybody. Double tap the screen. Let's reach 2,000 likes. Hey, would you want to debate?
Yo. Hello.
Sorry, just give me a moment. Again, sorry, just give me a moment. I'll let you speak and I will debate you. But Alex, that was a very offensive comment, which I'm really upset at. He said, if misogyny is an illness, then I'm ill as F. And that's really very terrible thing to say. I do hope you apologize for that, because there's probably some women in this live. And for the women in this live, I apologize on behalf of Alex for saying something very disgusting and cruel. And I don't find that okay. And misogyny is truly not a thing to joke about. It's really not. Anyways, feel free to unmute your mic. What do you want to debate?
Yeah, so I was basically saying that, you know how it says women are stronger? I just want to know, like, what are your points on how women are stronger? Because, you know, men can easily, like, outlift women in most gyms and stuff, so.
Okay, number one, lifting is not the only type of strength. We've got emotional strength, even pain tolerance, which is one sort of physical strength, as well as other intelligence as a strength. I guess you could say that's a sort of strength as well. But for emotional, women are a lot less likely to self-delete than men because they're better at emotionally dealing with their emotions.
The thing is, women have really strong emotions compared to men. Men, they know how to, like, control their emotions no more. Like,
Pardon?
would you not say that men, they can control their emotions more easily than women? Because women, they
Absolutely not. Did you know that men are 20 times more likely to end up in prison than women? When men make up far more of the prison criminal population than women, because they're more likely to commit crimes which are driven by emotional feelings, right? So how can you even say that statement? How does that make any sense? Be
But
honest.
yeah, but the thing is that although men do have more crime rates and stuff, and they do go to prison more than women, you could say that, let's say, like, relationship wise, women are more easily more down to break down in tears and stuff compared to men.
Do you have any statistics to support that? Because I don't even believe that's true for a second whatsoever. We see
So,
domestic violence rates. Hold on one
so
second, my dear boy. Just give me a moment. Let me debunk what you're saying. We see, for example, domestic violence rates. Men are a lot more likely to be domestic abusers than women. Women are a lot more higher victims than at domestic abuse as well. And yeah, it's just very, very simple. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. But also, like, would you not say that although men and women do break down sometimes, you could also argue that, women themselves, they do tend to break down a little bit more, though, no? And also, misogyny is an
No,
illness.
not at
Misogyny is
all.
an illness. Like, what are your points to back that up?
Yeah, so let me help you out. Make sure you're following on. And so I want you to actually be listening. Okay, so number one, misogyny is an absolute illness. It's a mental illness caused by misogynistic men who despise women. And we see this in many cultures around the world. For example, in Afghanistan, them not allowing to even have a woman's voice in public truly shows a mental illness that's been caused by the patriarchy and other things as well. And it's truly sad that men who do that to women actually think it's okay. So I'd actually hope that you'd understand that it's actually terrible to hate someone just for the sex that they were born as, and that it's important to show respect to women in every way, shape, and form. And that's exactly the point that I'm saying.
It's also, okay, I agree that it's also good to respect women and stuff like that. But let's say with the abortion point, how abortion is a right, wouldn't some argue that, yes, it's a woman's body, it's her choice, it's her right, whatever. But would you not also say, like, even from a religious aspect, that having an abortion could be seen as killing a child, especially if they've reached a point of ensoulment?
Okay, well, number one, I'm not religious. I don't believe in God. If you see my other lives, you know that. But number two, again, you're saying killing a child. Again, the debate of abortion is when that, I agree it's a living human being from the moment of conception, but when that living human being gains the rights to be considered a person and personhood. And I believe that's between 24 and 28 weeks, because that seems to be when consciousness develops. And I value consciousness because that seems to be what we value when we talk about human beings. And yeah, so that's exactly why the reason why I value consciousness. And if a human being doesn't have a conscious experience, I don't really value them as a human being at all. For example, if someone is unconscious and they will never wake up, I don't think there's any point in keeping them alive. That's the point.
Yeah, but also, okay, I get that you're not religious and stuff, but for me, I come from a religious aspect, and I'd argue that, in fact, if the soul, like, if a woman's pregnant and they've reached a point of, I think, 6 months or so, that they have ensoulment, and that means that there's a soul that's been blown inside the baby, and by killing that is essentially killing an innocent child's life. So what would you argue for that?
You said, sorry, you said quite a lot of stuff. You were quite verbose. I didn't catch on to what you were saying. Did you say that if a woman is pregnant for 6 months?
I'm not sure. I think it's 3 months or 6 months was one of the two.
Yeah, 6 months. I mean, that's way past the point of consciousness, so I wouldn't agree with that. But anyway, we've crossed all the points. I appreciate you coming on. Let's add the next person in here. Do double tap the screen if you want to be added in next. Make sure you're 18 years old and above, and also feel free to check out the YouTube for my other debates, and make sure you're followed up as well. Do double tap the screen and join if you want to debate any of the topics at hand. Anyways, let's get some more people in here, shall we? Hey, would you want to debate?
Yo, I have a serious question, bro.
Sure.
Do you like it up the ass?
Are you religious?
What does that matter? I'm just asking a question, bro.
Just answer the question. Are you religious? That was the question.
Answer my question first.
Sir, are you understanding what I'm saying? Because you're not making sense. So again, my dear boy, can you answer the question? Are you religious?
My dear boy, answer my question first.
Okay. He doesn't seem to have the intelligence to answer a very basic question. So let's get the next person in there. Everyone double tap the screen in the stream, and also feel free to subscribe. It helps the channel go a long way as well. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Hey man, so
How old are you?
sorry, just turn something off. First and foremost, I actually agree with your points about.
How old are you? Sorry, how old are you?
I'm 38. Sorry for the young boys. No, first and foremost, I didn't realise I had to come on here to disagree with you, but I just want to say for all the people, all the guys that are saying women are not stronger because they're not physically capable of matching us. That is, if you're only viewing someone being strong as muscular strong, I'm sorry, but that's a really weak-minded thing to think of. And I would actually argue women are more powerful in general than men are. I mean, I've heard people on here mention about, women going to war. Obviously, they haven't been able to go to war previously because of misogyny, but women are the ones that have kept, for example, the UK going when a lot of the men was at war. And so there's so many instances throughout history where we view these really strong men. I mean, look at historical figures. A lot of them are warlords. We don't see many women there. However, women are the ones that's kept society going over and over again. So sorry, that's kind of all I wanted to say.
No, I believe you're absolutely 100% correct, and those are very good points. And I'd argue another sort of strength is the strength to deal with emotional problems. Thank you so much, Travis, for the gift. I will get you on right now. Oops, sorry, H. You're gonna have to. Okay, yeah, just wait. But yeah, again, physical strength is not the only type of strength. And if you guys had a bit of intelligence, you'd know that physical strength is not the only type of strength. Anyways, let's move on to the next person. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Hi, how are you? I agree with the first one. I kind of don't agree with the next two. So can you define what strength means in your case?
That's a good question. Okay, so strength, again, does not just include physical strength. It can include other types of physical strength as well, such as pain tolerance. Other strength is emotional strength, as well as mental strength and emotional intelligence. Those are different types of social strengths, I'd say, as well. And so on average, we'd see women are far more superior in far more places of strength than any man is.
Right. I would kind of agree on some points. I agree that in society we've taught women, or women have taught themselves to be more emotionally intelligent, but I think men are stronger in different ways. I think we both have different strengths. I think men and women are 100% equal, but I think we both have different strengths. I can't say it's really fair to say one is stronger than the other.
1 second, let me help you out. Apart from physical strength, can you tell me any other way in which men are stronger than women? As in, like, raw physical strength.
Right. Okay. Well, the way IQ is distributed, it's mostly towards the average, right? But men usually go to the top of the IQ spectrum, or all the way to the bottom. I'm not saying men are more intelligent. I'm saying on average we see more male geniuses, but also more males that end up in prison, for example.
More than that, which means that the average male and female, the average woman, there's far more women of average intelligence than men of average intelligence. So majority of society are going to be women who are decent intelligence.
Yeah, okay.
I know what graph you're referring to. I know what you're talking about.
That's true. That's a fair point. But again, like most of I'm not saying all, but I'm saying a good portion of our scientific discoveries and stuff like that have come from men who are geniuses. I'm not saying, again, like the average, women on average fill up more of the midsection of that bell curve.
Let me refer to that as well. The issue with saying, more men are scientific geniuses, although women have made amazing inventions and amazing steps in the engineering world and other things as well, and inventing stuff that's greatly changed our lives, is that women weren't allowed to be educated. And if you're not educated, it's very difficult to come with a very big scientific discovery if you're not even allowed to go to school. And because, society was so very misogynistic in the past and patriarchal, women would not have had the education required to be able to develop and create good inventions like that. Do you understand that?
Yeah, and I'm not trying to discredit women's inventions. I think of course, society as a whole has greatly progressed with women's inventions, but I'm saying the majority, and again, this is due to lack of education. But what about now in modern, Western societies where, even in countries where in Scandinavian countries where equality is as close to perfect, and it's not perfect, 100%, but in those countries, most men fill up like STEM fields and stuff like that. So I think there are differences, no?
Again, I'd argue that's because of socialization as well, because we live in a patriarchy, especially in those developed and, liberal and forward-thinking progressive places, is that they still do suffer from the patriarchal thinkings that women should go into non-STEM fields, the man has to be the breadwinner, women have to care for the children. These old stereotypes of what men and women should be exactly plaguing those societies, just as ours as well. And that's the massive issue.
Right, but I would argue that in those, like, for example, Scandinavian countries, the patriarchy isn't as prevalent. I'm not saying
I'd
it's not
agree
there.
it's
I'm
not
saying
as
it's way
prevalent, but
less.
it's still there. It's not as
Okay.
prevalent, just like in the West, it's not as prevalent as it is in the Middle East, but it's still there, and that's the point.
Okay, that's a good point. I'll concede the second point you made, like on the three. But I want to get to the third one. And I agree and disagree. I disagree with the fact of calling it an illness because I think it kind of takes away responsibility from misogynist men. That's the only problem I have with your wording.
Okay, yeah, that could be a fair point, and that is a good point that I will say. But I guess it's more just to bring them in. But you do raise a fair point in that phrasing as an illness may kind of seem to take responsibility for men who do actually view women as lesser just on the basis of their sex. So that's a fair point there. But I would say, of course, that's just more to drive people in. So, but yeah, that's a fair point.
Okay, that's fair enough. All right, man. I had fun discussing with you. I'll let other people.
Appreciate the gifts. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's get some more people in here, guys. Thank you so much for the gifts, not jam. Everyone double tap the screen. Let's reach 4,000 likes. But yeah, if you do disagree with any of these prompts here, feel free to join in. And make sure you're 18 years old and above. Oh, sorry, KBM. I'm sorry. I will add you in. Oh, wait, did he leave? Oh, this dude just left. He donated and then left. I was going to add him because if you gift, you get in automatically in the next one. But okay, anyways, double tap the screen. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Hello.
What do you want to debate? How old are you?
18.
What do you want to debate?
So, like, I get what you mean that they're stronger in, like, like, abortion and all that, like, mentally.
Okay, what do you disagree on?
But I disagree that they're, like, stronger in every way.
I never said in every way, but in majority of ways I say that. So that's why on average, we look at the vast majority and say that women are stronger than men. That's exactly the point which I'm trying to make. Is there some part of that you're not quite understanding, or do I need to repeat that again?
Well, on your thing, it says women are stronger.
Correct.
It doesn't specify that only in that. Like, well,
True, which is why I'd explain it, which I just did if you were paying attention.
Okay.
Okay, it doesn't seem like you have a proper debate. Let's move on to the next guest. Everyone double tap the screen. Let's get to 4,000 likes. I'll add the next person in at 4,000 likes. So if everyone double taps the screen 10 times, we will be there in the next second. So double tap the screen. Let's get to 4,000 and I will add the next person in. Also, feel free to support the stream by subscribing, as well as going checking out my Discord in my bio and my YouTube as well. I'll be posting these streams there too. Double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in here. If no one's donated, I'll just pick a random. Hey, would you want to debate? Sir, no cameras, please. No cameras, please. No cameras, no cameras, no cameras. No cameras, man. I cannot trust the cameras. Anyways, double tap the screen, everyone. Let's get some more people in here. Hey, would you want to debate?
Hello.
Would you want to debate?
I want to debate the old women are stronger than men, dude.
Okay. Why don't you believe women are stronger than men?
I don't think the women are stronger than men.
I know that you don't, but I asked you why.
All right, dude. I'll explain it now. Have you ever heard of stoicism? You're saying that men are mentally weak, and I'm going to
absolutely
agree. I'm going to agree with you. This day and age, but in previous generations, men have not been weak. We have been weakened by feminism.
No, they've been even more.
Have you ever heard of the?
Okay, one second, my dear boy. Let's help you out. Just give me a moment, my dear boy. And yes, I'll get onto stoicism. In fact, which will show exactly why you're more weak, more foolish, more silly than in the past, and that feminism is actually helping you to become intelligent. Number one, men are 4 times more likely to self-delete than women, mainly because of the things that you're saying, because they need to be stoic. And that's the exact issue, that they don't want to say their issues. They want to keep it all tucked in. They don't want to speak. They don't want to speak their emotions. They can't get it through properly. That's another reason why men are 20 times more likely to end up in prison than women, because they're so emotionally and mentally weak that they're more likely to commit crimes out of anger because they're more emotional. Women are way better at stoicism and controlling their emotions. They're way more intelligent. We see that in the distribution.
I disagree. Okay,
well, you can disagree. Hold on one second, my dear boy. hold on one second, my dear boy. You can disagree with actual statistics and science, but that wouldn't make you correct. That just make you wrong and infactual. So again, if you actually pay attention and address what I'm saying,
Can I ask you a quick question before you start going on?
What do you want to say?
Off again. Did you go to university?
What does that have to do with anything? That's a red herring.
It's just a quick question. Did you go to university?
Why are you trying? That's a red herring. What does that have to do with what we're saying? You're trying to distract me.
Why? Because universities are set up to dumb people down to think that men can be women and women can be men. Hey, this woke ideology that men can't be mentally strong, it's a joke.
Now you're moving into the trans debate, which is a whole nother debate. But again, if you want to address that now, I absolutely can. And I do plan on addressing it in the future. But number one, with trans people, again, if you want to go on the scientific edge, we do find that in trans people, their brain structures are much more like the sense they identify with, even if they weren't born as that sex. So again, why would you not want to...
So you agree that they've been feminized, men have been feminized to become women? So you've
No,
just
they
admitted that men have been feminized.
Hold on one second, my dear boy. Let me help you out because you're struggling. You're intellectually struggling. So let me help you out.
I'm not intellectually struggling at all. Don't talk to me like
my dear boy. Just give me a moment, my dear boy. Don't interrupt me. Number one,
exactly the same go.
Let's put a muzzle on it. Number one, you make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Feminism is literally about the equality of men and women in society and how they're treated and respected. Number one, what we observe between you saying that they've been indoctrinated, no, you can't be indoctrinated into woke ideology. You can be educated into woke ideology, absolutely. And it's absolutely a good ideology that's far more superior than the stuff you're referring to, which is toxic masculinity, stuff that hurts men. You say you care about men, but you just want to hurt them. And men are so foolish that they actually believe it, which is truly sad. Anyways, I'm going to move on to the next person, guys. Double tap the screen. Let's get some more people in here. Feel free to subscribe to the YouTube as well.
Hey, how are you doing?
Second. Give me a moment. Thank you so much for the gift, Coco. I will get you in next. Appreciate the gift. Hey, what do you want to debate?
Hey, how you doing? I thought, because abortion is a right, I could agree with that for multiple perspectives. Misogyny isn't always, I don't know about that, but about your statement about how women are stronger than men, I could agree maybe they're mentally more stronger. I don't have any.
Okay, there we go.
I haven't seen any statistics about it, so I couldn't say anything about it. But for me, men are. Of course, that's right. That's all right.
What were you saying? Oh, you want the statistics?
For me. For me,
men are 4 times more likely
men
to suffer.
are biologically just more stronger than women. That's just a scientific fact.
Okay,
I don't think you're also.
Hold on one second, my dear boy, because you seem to have trouble following on. So let me help you out. So you speak about scientific facts. I can tell you know absolutely nothing about science because you're actually just speaking nonsense. So let me help you out. Number one, you speak scientifically and say biologically. Well, number one, women have a lot higher pain tolerance. For example, we see this in childbirth. When men were given the same type of pain with childbirth, they were far less likely to be able to take the pain than women. This is obvious thing. So biologically, that doesn't even work. Again, raw strength is literally one type of physical thing. And yet men, you don't actually think about it. You take that one small thing and extrapolate it to everything, which is absolutely nonsense. Pain tolerance is a type of strength. It's a type of physical strength. Again, that is a type of just being dishonest. Anyways, which one?
Well, no, I understand what you mean with they could have more pain tolerance towards having periods or childbirth, if that was your point, yes. Same with that men also don't have... I don't think it's comparable to if men had it. You can't compare it since we don't know how men would react to it.
We can, and I just, again, if you actually pay attention, because again, when you stop writing on the desk or whatever you're doing, it's making too much noise.
Sorry, there's some dirt on my... Sorry.
Okay, well, please stop it. So let me help you out, my dear boy. Number one, again, I just gave you a study in which men did the same exact... they had a sample of childbirth for men. They basically had a recreation of it, and men were far less likely to take the pain than women. Most likely because, again, they have less of a pain tolerance because they're weaker in terms of pain tolerance. So again, and also, someone in the comments brought up a very good point. Men abandon their children in higher numbers, but that's a separate thing. But yeah, that's...
What? men abandoning their.
I'm so sorry I have to mute you. I will respond to you. Ali.prods, respond to the Discord. I don't want to see any messages here. Respond in the Discord. I need to speak to you on Discord. So go to the Discord now and respond to every single message I've said because it's important. Anyways, carry on with what you're saying.
What you said about men having a higher chance that they leave the child. Yeah, it's probably just how they're. Yeah, that's just bad. I can't say anything more about that. Yes, it's also a fact that women abuse their kids more. It's just something else that you can't compare it since women.
Again, that's only the because. Hold on 1 second. Just.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're making too much noise. Let me actually help you out. Let me educate you. Okay, you're about to be educated today. Free education. You're welcome, as well as everyone in the live. Okay, number one, again, what we see is that women are far more likely to be child carers. So again, you'd have to adjust for how much they're with the child, of course. And so that doesn't really add up. That doesn't really make sense. And men are more likely to be perpetrators of domestic violence. Thank you so much for the gift. Thank you so much for the rose. Men are more likely to be perpetrators of, domestic violence. And again, they're 20 times more likely to end up in prison. There's no way you're making the argument that women are more abusive when men are 20 times more likely to end up in prison. That is ridiculous. Look at the prison population. What percentage of women are in prison? Sorry, I mean, not what percentage of women, what percentage of the people in prison population are women compared to men? And that's a very simple statistic to show you which one is more violent and more aggressive, more likely to be a criminal. And that's simple. It's just simple. It's simple statistics. You can look this up. I'm not going off of what I feel. This is what the statistics show. And if you want to address science, I'd suggest the statistics.
Yes, so I was making a point, since my point was being that since women raise more kids, there also would be a higher chance that some women would be abusive to their kids. I was stating, since you say, there was just, how do you say this correctly? Also what one girl said in the comments, because women raise their kids more.
Okay, well, you're reading the comments, okay? You're debating me, not the comments. So I'm gonna move on to the next person. Coco, you gifted, so yeah. What do you want to debate?
I was just gonna ask you about the abortion is right.
Sure.
I'm not that I disagree with it. I disagree with other points on this, but when do you say it's like acceptable for there to be an abortion ban? I heard you talked about like 20 to 24 weeks. Is that when they should
24
ban
to
it?
28 weeks. I'd say anything after the baby gains consciousness is bad and is murder and should be punishable through the normal legal recourse.
All right. And about how women are stronger than men, I understand that there are different types of strength, of course. That makes sense to me. But I think